In the heart of the galactic marketplace, a symphony of sights and sounds danced through the air. Vendors shouted in a chorus of alien languages, their vibrant stalls brimming with exotic fruits that glistened under colorful lights. The aroma of sizzling intergalactic delicacies wafted through the space, mingling with the scent of sweet spices and fresh produce. Here, in this bustling bazaar filled with a kaleidoscope of beings from various corners of the universe, was Alex Rodriguez, a human road painter, known throughout the galaxy for his exceptional artistry. With a paintbrush in hand and a palette of colors that seemed to have been plucked from the stars themselves, Alex stood at the edge of a vast, empty section of pavement. This space, normally a dull gray slab, was about to transform into a canvas of creativity. As he prepared for the day, the gentle hum of hovercrafts floated above, and groups of curious aliens drifted by, their eyes wide with intrigue. "Hey, human," called out a tall, green-skinned alien with 3 eyes, one of them flickering with curiosity. "What are you doing here?" Alex turned with a smile, his hands stained with vibrant colors that reflected his passion. "I'm here to paint some new lines. It's all about making this place more beautiful and organized." The alien tilted its head, a gesture that mirrored confusion rather than understanding. "But what's the point of lines? They don't mean anything to us." A small crowd began to gather, drawn in by the curious exchange. Alex chuckled, a soft laugh that carried warmth. "Lines help people know where to go, they create order among chaos. Think of them as a guide to connect everyone here." Another voice piped up, this time belonging to a smaller, blue alien with bright, luminous skin. "But what happens when those lines divide us? We have borders on our planets, and they only lead to conflict. Why can't we just have open space?" The question hung in the air like a heavy mist, causing Alex to pause. It was a profound thought, one that resonated deeper than he expected. As a road painter, he had always focused on the practical aspects of his job, guiding traffic, organizing footpaths, ensuring safety. Yet here, in the vibrant chaos of the marketplace, he was confronted with a philosophical quandary that made him rethink his purpose. What if borders could disappear, he mused aloud, more to himself than to the crowd. The aliens seemed to perk up at his words, intrigued as they pondered the implications of such a reality. "Imagine a world where we can move freely, where our paths are intertwined without boundaries," Alex continued, his voice gaining confidence. "What if we painted lines not to divide, but to unite?" A murmur rippled through the crowd, a blend of excitement and skepticism. The green-skinned alien stepped forward again, a flicker of hope igniting in its 3 eyes. "You mean, you can create something that brings us together?" "Yes," Alex responded, feeling more emboldened. "I can paint a mural, a line that symbolizes unity and connection rather than division. Art can speak to us in ways that words sometimes cannot." As Alex spoke, he could see the gears turning in the minds of those around him. It was a compelling thought, one that transcended the physical act of painting. The marketplace, a melting pot of diverse cultures and backgrounds, could come together in a shared experience. With paint, he could create a shared symbol of unity, a line that would not separate them but instead connect them in understanding. "If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel," he added, realizing that he was not just sharing a vision, but inviting them to be part of it. The crowd began to buzz with excitement, their various languages merging into a chorus of animated conversation. Ideas flowed like the colors on his palette, and Alex felt a thrill of anticipation course through him. This was no longer just about painting lines on the pavement, it was about creating a movement. As he prepared to gather his materials, Alex's heart raced with the possibilities ahead. He envisioned the mural a vibrant, swirling line that would weave its way through the marketplace, connecting stalls, people, and cultures. It would be a celebration of diversity, a testament to the power of art to transcend boundaries. With the sun shining brightly above, Alex set to work, pulling out cans of paint in every hue imaginable. The colors sparkled and shimmered, reflecting the excitement that was building among the crowd. He could feel their energy, their curiosity, and as he began to sketch out the first line, the murmurs of encouragement grew louder. "Show us what you can do," one alien shouted, while another added, "We believe in you." With each stroke of his brush, Alex felt a deeper connection to the marketplace and its inhabitants. He was no longer just a road painter, he was an artist igniting a spark of hope and change. As the first line took shape, he could visualize the transformation that would soon occur, how this simple act could inspire conversations about unity and understanding among the diverse beings that called this place home. As he painted, he could sense the crowd gathering closer, intrigued by his vision. The marketplace was alive with color and energy, and Alex felt an overwhelming sense of purpose. This was a moment that could change everything, a chance to bridge divides that had long been accepted as unchangeable. With the sun shining down and the sound of laughter and chatter filling the air, Alex knew he was on the brink of something extraordinary. The journey to create a line that would disappear borders was just beginning, and he was determined to see it through. As Alex stood in the midst of the bustling galactic marketplace, the vibrant colors around him seemed to pulse with life. The scents of exotic spices mingled in the air, accompanied by the cacophony of alien chatter and laughter. It felt like the very essence of the universe converged in this place, yet the question posed by the aliens lingered heavily in his mind: what if borders could disappear? He had always thought of borders as mere lines on a map, something that separated nations and cultures. But to these aliens, they represented something more profound, a concept wrapped in identity and belonging. As he began to contemplate their question more deeply, memories from his own life on Earth surfaced, scenes of division and conflict, moments that had shaped him into the artist he was today. Alex's thoughts drifted back to his childhood, where he witnessed his neighborhood divided by socioeconomic lines. He remembered the kids from the affluent side of the street who never mingled with those from the other side, where resources were scarce. As a young boy, he often found solace in art, drawing vibrant pictures on the pavement with chalk, creating temporary bridges between the two worlds. Those moments of connection fueled his passion for art, igniting a desire to break down barriers with creativity. "Why can't we just have open space?" the green-skinned alien's voice echoed in his mind, reigniting the fire within him. Alex realized that he had been given a unique opportunity not just to paint roads but to create a symbol of unity among beings from countless worlds. Perhaps he could bridge the gap that borders had created, using his art to foster connection and understanding. Determined, Alex gathered his thoughts, his heart racing with a newfound purpose. "I want to create a mural," he announced, turning to face the curious crowd that had gathered. "A line that symbolizes unity, not division. A mural that can show us that despite our differences, we can come together as one." The aliens exchanged glances, their expressions shifting from skepticism to intrigue. The green-skinned alien stepped forward again, its three eyes wide with curiosity. "But how can a simple line change anything?" "It's not just a line," Alex replied, his voice steady and confident. "It's a representation of our interconnectedness. Art has the power to move hearts, to change perceptions. When I paint, I'm not just adding color to a surface, I'm telling a story. And together, we can tell a story of unity." With each word he spoke, Alex felt the energy in the air surge. The aliens were listening, their doubts beginning to dissipate like morning fog under the sun. "If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel," he added, his excitement bubbling over. It felt right to share this journey with others, to invite them along as he painted a new narrative. Encouraged by their reactions, he explained his vision further. "Imagine a mural that we can all be a part of. Each of you can contribute your own design, your colors, your stories. Together, we'll create something beautiful that represents who we are as a collective, rather than individuals separated by lines." A murmur of chatter spread through the crowd, their voices a mix of excitement and uncertainty. The vibrant marketplace was alive with possibilities, and Alex could sense the shift in energy. It was as if the very fabric of their reality was beginning to weave itself together, each alien drawing closer, willing to be part of this transformative experience. With determination, Alex began to sketch out the initial lines on a blank canvas that would soon become the mural. He chose bright colors, shades that mirrored the diversity of the beings around him. As he painted, he started to feel an overwhelming sense of hope. This could truly be a moment where borders faded, and connections flourished. The aliens began to gather around him, some of them offering their own ideas and suggestions. "What if we add symbols of our cultures?" one suggested, its voice humming with enthusiasm. Another chimed in, "We could depict important historical moments from our home worlds." Alex nodded, thrilled by their engagement. "Yes. Let's do that. Each contribution will add depth and richness to the mural." It will tell a story of who we are, together. A wave of excitement swept through the crowd, and Alex knew that he was no longer painting alone, he was weaving their stories into a shared tapestry. As the first strokes of paint transformed the canvas, laughter erupted among the aliens. They were no longer hesitant observers, they were active participants in this creative endeavor. An orange-hued alien with spiraled horns suggested a swirling design that represented the unity of different species, while a blue-skinned figure proposed adding stars to symbolize hope. Each idea was met with enthusiasm, and the mural began to evolve into something extraordinary. Alex's heart swelled as he painted. The mural was no longer just a project, it was a collective dream taking shape. He could see the potential for a future without borders, a world where beings from different planets could coexist in harmony. He envisioned families visiting the marketplace, sharing experiences, and laughing together, something that felt increasingly possible with each stroke of his brush. The marketplace buzzed with energy, and Alex found himself thriving in it. He was no longer just a road painter, he was an artist bridging worlds. The vibrant colors of the mural reflected the diversity of the aliens around him, each hue telling a story of its own. There was a palpable sense of joy in the air, a shared excitement for what was to come. As he stood back to admire the initial progress, a wave of gratitude washed over him. "Thank you all for believing in this vision," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "Together, we are creating something that goes beyond art. We are crafting a narrative of unity, one that can inspire others to look past borders and embrace the beauty of our differences." The crowd erupted in applause, their voices echoing through the marketplace. Alex felt a rush of adrenaline, a sense of purpose that propelled him forward. This was just the beginning of a journey that could change their world forever, and he was ready to embrace it with open arms. As he dipped his brush into the vibrant paint, Alex knew that he was not just marking a line, he was marking the start of a movement, a new way of thinking about the connections that bind them all. Today, in this bustling galactic marketplace, the borders that once divided them were beginning to disappear. As Alex stood before the vast expanse of the blank canvas, a sense of excitement coursed through him. The vibrant energy of the galactic marketplace buzzed around him, and he could feel the weight of his decision pressing down even as hope lit a fire in his heart. Drawing a deep breath, he dipped his brush into a pot of bright blue paint. The first stroke felt like a declaration, a bold move towards change. "Imagine," he said excitedly, turning to the gathering crowd of curious aliens, "a mural that not only marks a line but redefines it. What if this mural could represent unity instead of division? A line that shows how we're connected rather than separated." The crowd murmured with a mixture of intrigue and skepticism, their vibrant, multicolored forms shifting with curiosity. An alien with shimmering green skin raised a tentacle, its multiple eyes blinking in unison. "But what about our identities? Our borders give us a sense of self," it asked, a hint of concern in its voice. Alex nodded, understanding the weight of that question. "I get that, but think of it this way, what if we could celebrate our identities without the need for borders? A mural that tells our stories, our experiences, and connects us all as one community." As he spoke, Alex felt the atmosphere begin to shift. He sensed a spark of interest igniting among them. They were beginning to see the potential of his vision, and this encouraged him. "If you're enjoying this journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel," he added, hoping to capture their enthusiasm as he painted. He picked up a bright yellow paint, and with swift, confident strokes, he began to outline a sun rising over a horizon that represented hope. "This sun can symbolize our shared aspirations. Together, we can create something vibrant that reflects all of us," he exclaimed, his eyes glinting with passion. The crowd began to draw closer, their previous hesitations slowly melting away. An alien with iridescent scales stepped forward, its voice soft yet clear. "What do you imagine our cultures will add to this mural?" it asked, tilting its head curiously. "That's the best part," Alex replied, a grin spreading across his face. "Each of you can add your unique touch, symbols, colors, patterns that represent where you come from. This mural can become a tapestry of our collective stories." Excitement rippled through the crowd as whispers filled the air. Ideas began to flow, and Alex could hear snippets of conversation, aliens discussing how they could contribute, how their backgrounds could share space on this canvas. An orange-skinned creature with delicate, feather-like appendages suggested, let's paint our home planets. I can draw the swirling clouds of my world. Yes. And I want to include the rivers of light from my home, another voice chimed in, its luminous body flickering with enthusiasm. As he continued to paint, Alex felt invigorated. The mural was transforming even as he worked. The colors became brighter, the strokes bolder, and the designs more intricate as each alien began to contribute their ideas and visions. The once blank canvas now rang with the vibrancy of their diverse cultures, each brushstroke infused with stories waiting to be told. He paused for a moment, stepping back to take in the swirling colors that had begun to emerge on the canvas. See? This is what happens when we come together. Our individual stories create a beautiful collective narrative. The aliens around him nodded, and Alex noticed their expressions shift from skepticism to excitement. He felt a rush of adrenaline as he realized that they were no longer just spectators, they were part of something greater. Let's get started, he exclaimed, diving back into the painting. The sounds of laughter and chatter filled the air as more and more aliens pushed forward, eager to contribute their unique designs. Some brought brushes, while others used their hands, their colors splattering joyfully across the canvas. As he painted, Alex shared the stories behind his own strokes. He recalled the vibrant street art from his childhood, where murals transformed dull walls into canvases of hope and change. Art has the power to transcend barriers, he shared with the growing group. It can spark conversations and encourage understanding. The aliens listened intently, their eyes sparkling with curiosity. An elderly figure with a weathered face asked, "But how do we convince others?" "There are many who believe borders are essential." Alex paused, his brush hovering over the canvas. "By showing them this mural," he replied. "By making it a living testament to our unity. If we can create something beautiful together, it could inspire others to see beyond their own borders." As the sun began to set, casting a warm, golden glow over the marketplace, the mural started to come alive with colors that danced in the fading light. He could see the shapes taking form, symbols of peace, unity, and shared dreams blending harmoniously together. "Let's celebrate who we are," Alex shouted, his voice echoing in the open space. "Let's show everyone that we are more than our borders. We are a community, and together we can create something magnificent." With renewed energy, the aliens worked side by side, each addition reinforcing their connection. Alex encouraged them to share their stories as they painted, weaving together their experiences into the fabric of the mural. As he stepped back to admire their progress, he felt a profound sense of fulfillment wash over him. This was more than a mural, it was a movement, a visual testament of their shared humanity and the idea that borders could be nothing more than lines in the sand. "Look at what we're creating," he exclaimed. "This mural will show that we can coexist, that our differences can be celebrated, not feared." The crowd erupted in cheers, their excitement palpable. They were no longer just a group of individuals painting a mural, they had become a community united by a common goal. Alex felt a warmth in his heart, knowing that they were embarking on a journey that could change perceptions and inspire others. With each stroke of his brush, Alex felt the weight of the world lift from his shoulders. The mural was not just a line, it was a bridge connecting worlds, a symbol of hope, understanding, and unity. As the stars began to twinkle above them, he knew that this was just the beginning, and he was ready to embrace whatever came next with open arms. As Alex continued to paint, the vibrant colors of the mural began to attract more of the marketplace's inhabitants. A gathering crowd watched with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. Among them, a group of aliens with sharp features and scales glimmering under the marketplace lights stepped forward, their expressions unreadable. One of them, a towering figure with deep blue skin, raised a hand to silence the murmurs, drawing everyone's attention. "What you are doing is beautiful," the alien began, its voice deep and resonant. "But you must understand, there are those among us who see borders as necessary for our identity. How can you erase what gives us a sense of belonging?" Alex paused, paintbrush in hand, feeling the weight of the question. He had anticipated some resistance, but hearing it spoken aloud struck a chord deep within him. "I understand that borders can represent identity," he replied, taking a step toward the group. "But they can also symbolize division and conflict. What if we could create a sense of belonging without drawing lines? What if our identities could coexist without barriers? The blue-skinned alien narrowed its eyes, its expression still skeptical. You speak of unity, but what about our differences? Our cultures? Those are important too. Around them, the crowd murmured in agreement. Alex sensed the tension rising, the air thick with apprehension. He took a deep breath, choosing his words carefully. I think we can celebrate our differences in a way that brings us together instead of pushing us apart. Art allows us to express who we are without the need for borders. Each one of us has a unique story, and this mural can reflect that diversity. A smaller alien with shimmering green skin stepped forward, its eyes wide with confusion. But how can we trust that your idea won't erase our histories? Our borders may be lines, but they hold meaning. What if we lose who we are? The question hung in the air, heavy with emotion. Alex glanced around at the faces watching him, each one reflecting a mixture of hope and fear. He realized that a powerful conversation was unfolding, one that transcended mere paint and canvas. You won't lose anything, he assured them. Instead, we can build something new together. A mural that tells our stories, our histories, while also showing that we can move forward as a united community. But how do we convince others? The blue-skinned alien pressed. Many would never understand this idea of unity over division. Alex smiled softly, buoyed by the resilience of his vision. By showing them this mural. If we create something beautiful together, it could inspire others to see beyond their own borders. Art has the power to transform perspectives. It can open hearts and minds. The alien's expression softened, and for the first time, Alex saw a flicker of interest in its eyes. You believe in this, don't you? I do, Alex replied confidently. And I believe in us. The crowd seemed to shift as if considering the possibility of this new approach. Alex seized the moment, feeling a spark of hope igniting within him. Let's take a step back for a moment. What if we shared our stories as we paint? Each of you can contribute something that represents your home, your culture, your identity. Let's make this mural a testament to who we are, not just as individuals but as a community. As he spoke, he could see the hesitation in the faces of the aliens begin to fade. One by one, they glanced at each other, exchanging looks that spoke volumes. The blue-skinned alien nodded slowly, as if weighing the idea. All right, it said finally. Let us see what this mural can become. But we will not surrender our stories lightly. Of course not. Alex replied, his heart racing with excitement. Let's celebrate our differences through art rather than letting them divide us. The atmosphere shifted dramatically as a wave of enthusiasm swept through the crowd. More aliens began to approach, each eager to express their thoughts and contribute to the mural. A bright yellow-skinned alien, adorned with swirling patterns glowing softly, took a brush in its hand. I want to paint the sun from my home, it declared with newfound energy. And I will paint the rivers of light that flow through my world, shouted another, a creature with luminous scales that flickered like stars. As they began sharing their ideas, Alex felt a renewed sense of purpose. He guided them, encouraging each alien to express what was important to them. They started to paint their symbols, cultures, and traditions, each stroke a vivid testament to what made them unique. The mural was no longer just Alex's vision, it was becoming a collaborative masterpiece. He stepped back to observe the scene unfolding before him. The marketplace pulsed with creativity and excitement. Laughter and chatter filled the air, blending harmoniously with the sound of brushes scraping against canvas. The colors danced and mingled, forming a tapestry of life that spoke to the beauty of diversity. See? This is what happens when we come together. Alex exclaimed, feeling the energy of the moment swell. Our individual stories create a beautiful collective narrative. The crowd cheered, and Alex felt a rush of adrenaline course through him. He was no longer just a road painter, he was a bridge builder, a facilitator of connection. He could see how the mural was transforming not just the canvas, but the hearts and minds of those who were participating. Alex turned back to the blue-skinned alien, who had now taken a brush as well. I see your point now, it admitted, its voice softer. Perhaps this can be a new way to strengthen our identities without tearing down the foundations of our past. Exactly, Alex replied, his heart swelling with pride at the progress they were making. Let's show everyone that we can coexist, that our differences can be celebrated rather than feared. As the sun began to dip behind the horizon, casting a warm glow over the marketplace, each alien worked with fervor, their colors vibrant against the canvas. The mural was no longer a simple line dividing them, it was a symbol of unity, a testament to the power of collaboration and creativity. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Alex called out to the crowd as they continued to paint. Let's keep building this together. The cheers that erupted in response were music to his ears, filling him with hope and excitement for what was to come. There was still much work ahead, but together they were forging a path not just for a mural, but for a shared future, a future where borders could fade, and unity could flourish. As the vibrant colors of the mural began to swirl together in a chaotic yet beautiful dance, Alex felt a wave of optimism wash over him. The initial resistance from the aliens was fading, their creativity igniting something powerful in the atmosphere. However, just as he was about to paint another stroke, a group of aliens, led by the blue-skinned figure who had expressed doubts before, began to voice their discontent once again. "You still don't understand," the alien insisted, its voice firm and unwavering. "Borders are important. They define who we are. Without them, we risk losing our identities completely." Alex paused, paintbrush hovering in midair. He could sense the tension in the crowd, a mix of uncertainty and fear. The vibrant energy that had been building seemed to dissipate with this new wave of skepticism. He put down his brush and stepped forward, willing to listen. "I hear you," Alex said, his tone calm yet earnest. "But what if we could redefine our identities without walls? What if this mural can serve as a testament to our individuality while still bringing us together?" The alien crossed its arms, skepticism etched across its features. "You think a painting can change our entire understanding of borders? It's not that simple." Alex took a deep breath, recalling how he had felt the same way at times back on Earth. He remembered the moments when art had helped him break down barriers, to connect with people from different walks of life. "I believe it can," he replied, his conviction growing stronger. "Art has the power to transcend boundaries. It can tell stories that connect us rather than divide us." The crowd murmured softly, and he glanced around, noticing some nodding in agreement while others remained hesitant. Alex knew he had to show them, not just tell them. "Let's try something different. Each of you has a story, a piece of yourself that you want to share. Let's incorporate that into this mural. Show me what your borders look like, and together, we can create a new image of unity." At this, the blue-skinned alien hesitated, its expression softening just a bit. "You believe in this, don't you?" it asked, a hint of curiosity creeping into its voice. "I do," Alex said, feeling a spark of hope ignite within him. "And I believe in us." The crowd seemed to shift as if considering the possibility of this new approach. Alex seized the moment, feeling a surge of inspiration. "Let's take a step back for a moment. What if we shared our stories as we paint? Each of you can contribute something that represents your home, your culture, your identity. Let's make this mural a testament to who we are, not just as individuals but as a community." As he spoke, he could see the hesitation in the faces of the aliens begin to fade. One by one, they glanced at each other, exchanging looks that spoke volumes. The blue-skinned alien nodded slowly, as if weighing the idea. "All right," it said finally. "Let us see what this mural can become. But we will not surrender our stories lightly." "Of course not," Alex replied, his heart racing with excitement. "Let's celebrate our differences through art rather than letting them divide us." The atmosphere shifted dramatically as a wave of enthusiasm swept through the crowd. More aliens began to approach, each eager to express their thoughts and contribute to the mural. A bright yellow-skinned alien, adorned with swirling patterns glowing softly, took a brush in its hand. "I want to paint the sun from my home," it declared with newfound energy. "And I will paint the rivers of light that flow through my world," shouted another, a creature with luminous scales that flickered like stars. As they began sharing their ideas, Alex felt a renewed sense of purpose. He guided them, encouraging each alien to express what was important to them. They started to paint their symbols, cultures, and traditions, each stroke a vivid testament to what made them unique. The mural was no longer just Alex's vision, it was becoming a collaborative masterpiece. He stepped back to observe the scene unfolding before him. The marketplace pulsed with creativity and excitement. Laughter and chatter filled the air, blending harmoniously with the sound of brushes scraping against canvas. The colors danced and mingled, forming a tapestry of life that spoke to the beauty of diversity. "See? This is what happens when we come together," Alex exclaimed, feeling the energy of the moment swell. "Our individual stories create a beautiful collective narrative." The crowd cheered, and Alex felt a rush of adrenaline course through him. He was no longer just a road painter, he was a bridge builder, a facilitator of connection. He could see how the mural was transforming not just the canvas, but the hearts and minds of those who were participating. Alex turned back to the blue-skinned alien, who had now taken a brush as well. "I see your point now," it admitted, its voice softer. "Perhaps this can be a new way to strengthen our identities without tearing down the foundations of our past." "Exactly," Alex replied, his heart swelling with pride at the progress they were making. "Let's show everyone that we can coexist, that our differences can be celebrated rather than feared." As the sun began to dip behind the horizon, casting a warm glow over the marketplace, each alien worked with fervor, their colors vibrant against the canvas. The mural was no longer a simple line dividing them, it was a symbol of unity, a testament to the power of collaboration and creativity. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Alex called out to the crowd as they continued to paint. "Let's keep building this together." The cheers that erupted in response were music to his ears, filling him with hope and excitement for what was to come. There was still much work ahead, but together they were forging a path not just for a mural, but for a shared future, a future where borders could fade, and unity could flourish. As the last strokes of paint were laid on the canvas, an overwhelming sense of accomplishment filled the air. Alex could feel the weight of doubt lifting from the alien's shoulders, replaced with pride and a sense of belonging. The mural wasn't just a piece of art, it was a fresh beginning, a chance to redefine their relationships, their identities, and their futures. As the sun began to set over the galactic marketplace, casting a warm golden hue across the bustling scene, Alex felt a profound shift in the energy around him. The aliens, once skeptical and resistant, were now buzzing with ideas and creativity. Each alien had a story to share, and as they gathered around the enormous canvas that Alex had prepared, he sensed that something magical was about to unfold. Alex stood at the center, a brush in hand, surveying the vibrant colors and unique designs already taking shape on the mural. It was as if the canvas had become a living entity, absorbing the hopes and dreams of those around it. He could hear snippets of conversation as the aliens exchanged ideas, their voices a harmonious blend of excitement and trepidation. "Let's take a step back for a moment," Alex proposed, raising his voice slightly to capture the attention of the crowd. "What if we shared our stories as we paint? Each of you can contribute something that represents your home, your culture, your identity. Let's make this mural a testament to who we are, not just as individuals but as a community." The words hung in the air, and he could see the hesitation on their faces begin to fade. One by one, they exchanged glances, a silent communication sparking between them. Finally, a blue-skinned alien stepped forward, its large eyes glimmering with curiosity. "All right," it said hesitantly, "let us see what this mural can become. But we will not surrender our stories lightly." "Of course not," Alex replied, his excitement bubbling over. "Let's celebrate our differences through art rather than letting them divide us." As the atmosphere shifted, a wave of enthusiasm swept through the crowd. More aliens began to approach, eager to express their thoughts and contribute to the mural. A bright yellow-skinned alien, adorned with swirls of glowing patterns, took a brush in its hand and announced, "I want to paint the sun from my home." The energy in the air pulsed with creativity, igniting a spark that had been dormant for too long. "And I will paint the rivers of light that flow through my world," shouted another, a creature with shimmering scales that flickered like stars against the twilight. The crowd erupted with ideas, each alien animatedly sharing what was important to them. Alex felt a renewed sense of purpose as he guided them, encouraging each being to express their unique narrative. With every stroke of paint, the mural transformed into a vibrant tapestry of life, showcasing the stunning diversity that defined the aliens' cultures. It was a symphony of colors, emotions, and stories merging into one. He stepped back to observe the scene unfolding before him, his heart swelling with pride. The marketplace pulsed with excitement as laughter and chatter filled the air, blending harmoniously with the sounds of brushes scraping against the canvas. This was not just a mural, it was a movement, a declaration that unity could flourish amidst diversity. "See? This is what happens when we come together," Alex exclaimed, his voice carrying over the joyful noise. "Our individual stories create a beautiful collective narrative. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's keep building this together." The response was immediate. Cheers erupted from the crowd, fueling Alex's enthusiasm even more. He was no longer just a road painter, he had become a bridge builder, a facilitator of connection. The mural was transforming not only the canvas but also the hearts and minds of those who were participating. As the blueskin alien took a brush for the first time, it looked at Alex with a newfound understanding. "I see your point now," it admitted, its voice softer. "Perhaps this can be a new way to strengthen our identities without tearing down the foundations of our past." "Exactly," Alex replied, feeling a sense of validation wash over him. "Let's show everyone that we can coexist, that our differences can be celebrated rather than feared." The sun continued its descent, and the colors of the mural began to glow in the fading light. Each alien worked with fervor, their contributions becoming a testament to unity. The mural was evolving beyond what Alex had envisioned, it was a powerful symbol of collaboration and resilience. "Let's not stop here," he encouraged, his voice rising with passion. "This mural represents our collective journey. We can create something that not only beautifies our marketplace but also inspires others to embrace diversity." The aliens nodded, their faces alight with determination. As they painted, their hearts opened up, revealing stories of struggle, hope, and dreams. The mural became a canvas of empathy, reflecting not just the artists but the entire community. It was a reminder that each stroke held the power to connect, to heal, and to create a shared identity. As laughter and creativity filled the marketplace, Alex couldn't help but feel overwhelmed by the sense of belonging that enveloped him. This was more than just a mural, it was a celebration of life, a manifestation of what could happen when barriers were broken down through art. The air was filled with the scent of fresh paint mingling with the exotic foods from nearby stalls, creating an intoxicating atmosphere that was both exhilarating and comforting. The final touches of paint were being added as the aliens shared stories about their homes and traditions. A creature with luminescent skin spoke passionately about the festivals of its planet, inspiring others to incorporate similar elements into the mural. Ideas flowed like water, and Alex felt as though he were standing at the confluence of countless rivers, each one vital to the ecosystem they were creating together. "Let's capture the essence of who we are," he encouraged, moving among the artists, offering support and suggestions. "Let's make this mural a living testament to our unity." As the last strokes of paint were laid on the canvas, an overwhelming sense of accomplishment filled the air. The mural wasn't just a piece of art, it was a fresh beginning, a chance to redefine their relationships and futures. The weight of doubt lifted from the aliens' shoulders, replaced with pride and a sense of belonging. The mural sparkled under the twilight, a vibrant spectacle that radiated hope and connection. Alex's heart swelled with joy as he witnessed the transformation of not only the canvas but also of the community around him. Together, they had created a powerful narrative, one that transcended borders and celebrated the beauty of diversity. With the mural complete, Alex turned to the crowd, his voice filled with emotion. "Thank you for trusting me and for sharing your stories. This mural is a testament to all of you. It shows that when we work together, we can create something beautiful that speaks to the heart of who we are." A chorus of cheers erupted from the aliens, each one feeling a part of something greater than themselves. They had painted not just a mural, but a vision of unity that would echo through the galactic marketplace for generations to come. As the vibrant mural began to take shape, Alex felt a surge of energy in the air. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement as aliens of all shapes and sizes contributed their unique designs. Each stroke of paint was more than just color, it was a representation of their individual stories, hopes, and dreams. The mural was slowly transforming into a tapestry of unity, a visual testament to what they could achieve together. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's keep building this together. As they painted, Alex noticed that a group of aliens still seemed hesitant. They lingered at the edges of the scene, casting glances at the mural but not stepping forward to join in. Among them was a tall, angular creature with iridescent scales that shimmered in the light. Its name was Velana, and it was known for being a staunch traditionalist within its community. Alex felt a pull to engage with Velana, hoping to bridge the gap that still lingered in the air. "Hey, Velana!" Alex called out, his voice warm and inviting. "What do you think of the mural so far?" Velana shifted uncomfortably, its gaze darting from the vibrant colors to Alex's encouraging smile. "It's interesting," it replied cautiously, its voice a low hum. "But I'm not sure this is how we should express ourselves. Borders define us. They give us a sense of identity." Alex nodded, understanding the weight behind Velana's words. "I get that. Borders have been a part of your life for a long time. But what if we could redefine what those borders mean? What if we could show that identity isn't just about separation but about how we can come together?" The alien considered this, its scales flickering slightly as if reflecting its internal conflict. Alex took a step closer, lowering his voice. "You know, when I first started painting, I thought it was just about making things look pretty. But then I realized that art can heal. It can bring people together in ways we never thought possible." Velana's expression softened, and for a moment, Alex saw a glimmer of curiosity behind the uncertainty. "You really believe that? That something like this can change how we see each other?" "Absolutely," Alex replied passionately. "Look around you. This mural isn't just paint on a wall. It's each one of us saying, 'I am here, and I am proud to be part of this community.' When we paint together, we're telling a story of resilience, of unity." As Alex spoke, he gestured towards the mural, which was now alive with colors and designs that told the stories of countless aliens. Each creature was working side by side, sharing laughter and ideas as they painted. The mural was a living, breathing entity, and Alex could feel the energy radiating from it. Slowly, Velana stepped closer to the group, its scales shimmering with newfound determination. "Perhaps I can contribute something," it said, an edge of excitement creeping into its tone. "But I want my design to represent the history of my people." "It is important." "Of course." Alex encouraged, his heart racing with hope. "Your history matters, and it has a place in this mural. Let's show how our histories can intertwine, creating something even more beautiful." As Velana began to paint, the other aliens watched with interest. The tall alien started to add intricate patterns that represented its people's heritage, weaving in symbols that spoke of strength and tradition. The vibrant colors next to the traditional symbols created a striking contrast, merging the old with the new. "See?" Alex said to the crowd, his enthusiasm infectious. "This is what I'm talking about. Each of us has a story, and when we combine them, we create something that transcends individual identities." The aliens around him nodded, inspired by Velana's willingness to share its history. The atmosphere shifted, and the mural became a melting pot of creativity. Alex could feel the bonds forming as they painted together, each stroke of the brush a silent agreement to embrace their differences. One by one, more aliens stepped forward, eager to contribute. A small, round creature named Brix, who had been watching quietly, added its own flair by splattering bright colors around Velana's design, creating a beautiful harmony of chaos and order. Meanwhile, Kira, a perfectionist by nature, began to sketch delicate outlines around Brix's splashes, giving them form and structure. "Look at this!" Alex exclaimed, his excitement bubbling over. "It's like we're creating a universe of our own right here. Each of our contributions is like a star in the sky, making the whole picture more magnificent." The group buzzed with energy, and soon the mural became a lively scene of collaboration. Laughter and chatter filled the air, and the marketplace seemed to pulse with a new rhythm, one that echoed the spirit of unity they were creating. Alex felt a swell of pride as he watched them work together, realizing that this was more than just paint on a wall. It was a movement, a shift in how they viewed themselves and each other. As the day progressed, the sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over the marketplace. Alex stepped back to admire the mural. It was no longer just a collection of colors, it was a tapestry of stories woven together. He turned to the crowd, his heart full. "Thank you all for believing in this vision," he said, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "Together, we've created something that will echo through this marketplace for generations to come. This mural is a celebration of who we are and who we can become." The crowd erupted in cheers, a wave of exhilaration washing over them. They had transformed the initial confusion about borders into something beautiful, something that highlighted their shared humanity and interdependence. It was a pivotal moment, one that marked the beginning of a new chapter in their collective story. As they stood together, Alex felt a sense of fulfillment that he had never experienced before. It wasn't just about the art, it was about the connections they had forged, the understanding they had built. He knew that this mural would serve as a reminder that despite their differences, they could stand united, creating a future where borders didn't divide them but instead brought them closer together. In that moment, Alex realized that he had not only painted a line, he had erased it, creating a new path forward filled with possibilities. This was the real power of art, the ability to unite, inspire, and transcend. The mural was a symbol of hope, and as the last strokes were added, he felt a deep sense of gratitude for the journey they had shared. With the day coming to a close, Alex looked up at the now bright and colorful mural, feeling a sense of great accomplishment wash over him. This was just the beginning, and he couldn't wait to see how their newly formed relationships would continue to evolve. The universe had never felt so full of promise, and he was ready to embrace it all. As the mural began to come alive, colors danced across the surface, blending and swirling in a vibrant symphony of creativity. Alex stepped back momentarily, watching as each alien added their unique touch, transforming the once blank wall into a breathtaking tapestry. The atmosphere around them buzzed with excitement and laughter, a stark contrast to the earlier tension. It was as if the mural had become a living entity, breathing life into the galactic marketplace with every stroke of the brush. "Look at this!" Alex exclaimed, pointing at a section where Velana had painted a series of intricate symbols that represented her people's rich history. "This is incredible! Each symbol tells a story. It's like we're weaving a narrative together." The crowd around the mural murmured in agreement, their eyes sparkling with inspiration. It was a moment of connection that transcended language and culture. The artists continued to work side by side. Bricks, with his playful splatters of neon colors, seemed to ignite a spark in others, encouraging them to let loose and express their creativity without restraint. "Let's add some more patterns here," suggested Kira, her perfectionist nature leading her to meticulously outline the chaotic splashes with elegant curves and swirls. "We can create a flow that unites everyone's contributions." "Great idea, Kira," Alex replied, his heart swelling with pride at the collaboration unfolding before him. "We're not just painting a mural, we're creating a story that reflects our community's identity. Each color, each design, is a piece of who we are." As they painted, the sun began to dip lower in the sky, casting a warm golden glow over the marketplace. The light seemed to absorb the vibrant colors of their work, enhancing every hue and making the mural shimmer with a newfound energy. It felt like magic, as if the universe itself were celebrating their effort. "Hey, can we use this corner for something special?" called out Echo, a shy alien who had been watching quietly from the sidelines. "I'd like to add a representation of the stars, a reminder of our connections to the cosmos." "Absolutely," Alex replied, his enthusiasm bubbling over. "The stars are a perfect symbol of unity. They connect us all, no matter where we come from." Echo beamed, stepping forward with newfound confidence. As he began to paint, the others gathered around, offering their brushes and colors. The mural was no longer a project led by just one individual, it had become a collective effort, a shared expression of hope and creativity. But just as the excitement peaked, a rumbling sound filled the air, causing everyone to pause and look up. Dark clouds had begun to gather ominously above the marketplace, blocking out the sun and casting shadows over their vibrant creation. "Oh," Brick said, his eyes wide. What's that? It looks like a storm is coming, Kara replied, her voice tinged with worry. We need to finish this mural before it rains. Panic swept through the crowd as they realized their masterpiece was at risk. The vibrant colors, the effort, the unity they had built together, all of it could wash away in an instant. Alex felt a pit in his stomach as he surveyed the sky. Everyone, we can't let this happen, he shouted, rallying them. We've worked too hard to let our creation be washed away. Let's come together and protect it. What can we do? Asked Velana, her voice trembling slightly. We need to create a barrier, Alex suggested, glancing around for anything they could use. Grab anything you can find, tarps, canvas, even your own clothes. We have to shield the mural from the rain. Immediately, the aliens sprang into action, each contributing whatever they could find. Kira secured a large tarp while Brix gathered some crates. Alex dashed around, helping to organize the group, directing them to form a protective wall around the mural. The urgency of the approaching storm galvanized their efforts, and they worked with a sense of purpose that made Alex's heart race. Let's move quickly! Alex shouted, encouraging everyone as they formed a line, passing items from one to another. We can do this together. As the first raindrops began to fall, the crowd tightened their grip on the makeshift barriers. The wind howled, and the storm seemed to amplify the urgency of their task. Just as the rain began to pour heavily, they secured the last of the tarps around the mural, creating a shield that would protect their work of art. Breathless but determined, Alex stepped back to check their progress. The mural stood strong, hidden beneath the layers of protection they had quickly assembled. The aliens crowded around him, their faces a mixture of relief and apprehension. We did it! Brix exclaimed, grinning from ear to ear. We saved it! For now, Kara cautioned, looking up at the storm clouds that swirled ominously above. But we need to stay vigilant. What if the wind blows everything away? Alex nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility settle upon him. We'll have to keep an eye on it, he assured the group. But we did this together. That's what matters most. We proved that no matter the obstacles, we can stand united. As the storm raged on, the group huddled together under their makeshift shelter, sharing stories and laughter to ease the tension. Alex felt a sense of camaraderie that he had never experienced before. In the face of adversity, they had come together, their bonds strengthened by the shared experience of both creation and protection. In that moment, he realized that the mural was more than just paint on a wall, it was a testament to their unity. Together, they had created something beautiful, and together they would protect it, no matter the storm. As the rain continued to pour, they stood firm, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Each drop that fell became a reminder of the resilience they had discovered in themselves and each other. And even as the winds howled, Alex felt a spark of hope ignite within him, knowing that they could weather any storm as long as they stood together. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to leave a like to help the channel grow. This journey of creativity and unity is just beginning, and there's so much more to come. As the storm intensified, the chaotic winds whipped through the galactic marketplace, sending a shiver of urgency through the crowd gathered around the mural. Alex felt a knot of anxiety tightening in his stomach. The vibrant colors they had painstakingly applied to the wall would be lost if they didn't act quickly. He could feel the weight of responsibility on his shoulders, knowing that so many had poured their hearts into this project, and he couldn't let it all wash away. Everyone, we need to act fast. Alex called out, his voice rising above the howling wind. The aliens, a mix of various species, looked to him with wide eyes, fear evident on their faces. He took a deep breath, trying to project confidence. We've worked so hard, and we can't let this storm tear apart what we've built together. What do we do? Kira shouted back, her voice barely audible over the roar of the storm. We need to create a barrier around the mural. Alex replied. Grab anything you can find, tarps, canvas, whatever we can use to shield it from the rain. At his words, the crowd sprang into action. Alex watched as Brix, the hyperactive kid from earlier, darted away, returning moments later with a large tarp flapping wildly in his hands. Kara and Velana rushed to grab crates, while others started gathering discarded materials scattered around the marketplace. The sense of urgency brought a collective focus that united them all in a common goal. "Let's form a line," Alex directed, his heart racing as he organized the group. "Pass items down. We need to create a wall around the mural." They moved quickly, adrenaline fueling their efforts as they worked together in a flurry of activity. As raindrops began to splatter on the ground, Alex felt the first pangs of panic. He could see the dark clouds swirling ominously above, and the wind picked up, making it difficult to hear each other. But he kept shouting instructions, urging everyone to keep going. "Faster! We can do this," he encouraged, his voice full of determination. With each item passed along the line, Alex felt a growing sense of camaraderie. The aliens, once hesitant, now moved with purpose. Laughter mixed with shouts of excitement as they secured a makeshift barrier around the mural. The storm was no longer just a threat, it was an opportunity for them to showcase their unity. Just as the rain began to pour heavily, they secured the last of the tarps over the mural, fashioning a protective shield. Alex stepped back, panting, his heart swelling with pride as he surveyed their handiwork. The mural stood protected under layers of fabric, a fortress against the storm. The alien crowd gathered around him, their faces a blend of relief and exhilaration. "We did it!" Brix cheered, his eyes shining with excitement. "For now," Kira cautioned, glancing warily at the sky. "But we need to stay alert. What if the wind blows everything away?" Alex nodded, his mind racing. "We'll have to keep an eye on it. But look at what we've accomplished together. No matter what happens, we've proven that we can stand united." As the rain began to pour, they huddled under their makeshift shelter, the sound of the storm surrounding them like a wild symphony. Alex felt a sense of connection blossom among them, a bond forged in the fire of collaboration and creativity. He watched as the aliens shared stories and laughter, their fears momentarily forgotten in the warmth of their shared experience. "Can you believe we did this?" Velana said, her voice filled with wonder. "I never thought we could work together like this. It's amazing." Alex smiled, feeling a wave of gratitude wash over him. "It really is. I've always believed that art has the power to bring people together, but seeing it in action like this is incredible." The storm continued to rage, but Alex felt a spark of hope ignite within him. This was more than just a mural now, it was a testament to their resilience, a representation of what they could achieve when they put aside their differences. As the rain fell steadily, they shared their thoughts and feelings about borders, about identity, and about what it meant to be united. Each story added depth to their connection, weaving a tapestry of understanding that transcended the colors of the mural. With every moment, Alex realized that the true masterpiece was not just the artwork but the relationships they were building. Hey, if you're enjoying this story, don't forget to give a like. It really helps spread the message of unity, Alex encouraged, knowing that their journey was still unfolding. Suddenly, a gust of wind howled through the marketplace, tugging at the edges of their tarp. Instinctively, they all grasped the fabric tighter, their hearts racing. The storm wasn't finished yet, and neither were they. "Stay close," Alex shouted, as the wind threatened to rip their makeshift shelter apart. "We can't let go. Hold on." With determination, they braced against the storm, their spirits unyielding. Alex felt a profound sense of purpose as they fought against the elements together. Despite the chaos around them, he knew they were stronger as a team. The mural was more than paint on a wall, it was a symbol of their shared dreams and hopes. As the rain continued to pour, Alex led them in a chant, encouraging everyone to find their strength in unity. "Together! We are stronger together." The aliens echoed his words, their voices rising above the storm, a chorus of determination and belief. In that moment, they were no longer defined by their differences, they were a community, a family united against the tempest. With every gust of wind and drop of rain, Alex felt the power of their collective spirit. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that as long as they stood together, they could weather any storm. As the storm hit with a ferocity that echoed through the galactic marketplace, Alex felt the adrenaline coursing through him. The rain came down in sheets, turning the vibrant colors of the mural into a blurry watercolor painting. For a moment, panic threatened to rise in his chest, but he quickly pushed it aside. He wasn't alone anymore, he had a team that had come together in ways he never imagined possible.
Everyone! We need to form a line.
Alex shouted over the howling wind, his voice barely audible above the storm's roar.
Pass the tarps. We have to protect the mural.
The aliens, who had once voiced their doubts and fears about the project, now sprang into action with surprising agility. The storm had transformed them, igniting a fire of determination that burned brightly in each of their eyes. Brix, the energetic child, was the first to respond, darting toward the nearest tarp with a fervor that was contagious.
Come on, everyone!
We can do this, he yelled, his excitement cutting through the chaos. The others joined in, their laughter intertwining with the sound of rain as they worked together.
Alex felt a surge of pride as he watched.
This was the spirit of collaboration he had hoped for. He grabbed a tarp himself, running alongside Velana, who was already wrapping it around the edges of the mural.
We need to secure it fast, he instructed, his voice steady despite the storm.
On it, she replied, her eyes focused and determined. Together, they worked quickly, fastening the tarp down with whatever they could find: rocks, bags of alien produce, even stray bits of colorful fabric. Each item secured the mural a little bit more, and with every passing moment, Alex felt the bond between them strengthening.
Faster!
We can do this, he encouraged, his determination echoing through the chaos. With every item passed along the line, he witnessed a transformation.
The aliens, once hesitant and divided, now moved with purpose, each contributing to the greater good.
The storm, instead of being a hindrance, became a catalyst, propelling them into a newfound camaraderie. Just as the rain intensified, they managed to secure a final tarp over the mural, creating a protective shield.
Breathing heavily, Alex stepped back, surveying their handiwork. The mural stood firm beneath the layers of fabric, a fortress against the elements.
Relief washed over him, and he couldn't help but smile.
We did it, he exclaimed. For now, Kira warned, glancing anxiously at the sky. But we need to stay alert. What if the wind blows everything away?
Alex nodded, his mind racing with possibilities.
We'll keep an eye on it.
But look at what we've accomplished together.
No matter what happens, we've proven that we can stand united.
As the rain continued to pour, they huddled under their makeshift shelter, the sound of the storm surrounding them like a wild symphony. For the first time since the project began, Alex felt a sense of connection blooming among them. They shared stories, laughter, and experiences, their fears pushed aside for the moment.
Can you believe we did this?
Velana said, her voice brimming with wonder.
I never thought we could work together like this. It's amazing.
Alex smiled, feeling a wave of gratitude wash over him.
It truly is.
I've always believed that art has the power to bring people together, but seeing it in action like this is incredible. With each story shared, the walls that had previously separated them began to crumble. They spoke of their backgrounds, the fears that had once held them back, and their hopes for the future. Alex felt a warmth spread through him as he listened to their words, realizing that they were no longer just a group of strangers, they were becoming a community.
Hey, if you're enjoying this story, don't forget to give a like.
It really helps spread the message of unity, Alex urged, knowing that their journey was still unfolding. Suddenly, a powerful gust of wind howled through the marketplace, tugging at the edges of their tarp. Instinctively, they all grasped the fabric tighter, their hearts racing. The storm wasn't finished yet, and neither were they.
Stay close,
Alex shouted, as the wind threatened to rip their makeshift shelter apart.
We can't let go. Hold on. With determination, they braced against the storm, their spirits unyielding.
Alex felt a profound sense of purpose as they fought against the elements together. Despite the chaos around them, he knew they were stronger as a team. The mural was more than paint on a wall, it was a symbol of their shared dreams and hopes.
Together. We are stronger together.
Alex led them in a chant, his voice rising above the storm.
The aliens echoed his words, their voices merging into a chorus of determination and belief.
In that moment, they were no longer defined by their differences, they were a community, a family united against the tempest. As the rain continued to pour, Alex knew that they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They had come too far to give up now, and as long as they stood together, they could weather any storm. With each gust of wind and drop of rain, Alex felt the power of their collective spirit. This was more than just a mural, it was a testament to their unity, their resilience, and the strength found in collaboration. They would protect it, not just from the storm outside, but from the perceptions and fears that had once divided them. As the storm raged on, they braced for what was to come, knowing that together they could overcome anything. The mural stood tall, a symbol of their journey, and no storm could wash away the bonds they had created. The storm had passed, leaving behind a world washed clean, and the sun began to break through the clouds, casting golden rays across the galactic marketplace. The mural, now vibrant and alive with colors, stood intact, a testament to the resilience of the community that had come together to create it. Alex Rodriguez couldn't help but feel a swell of pride as he stood before his masterpiece, surrounded by the joyous chatter of the aliens who had rallied to protect it. As the last droplets of rain fell from the sky, the aliens began to gather around the mural, marveling at the intricate designs that told their collective stories. Each stroke of paint represented a unique experience, a shared dream, and the colors blended seamlessly, symbolizing the unity they had forged through their struggles. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement and laughter, echoing with the hope that the mural had ignited within them. "Can you believe we did this?" Velada exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. "It's beautiful." "It really is," Alex replied, a smile spreading across his face. "It's more than just paint on a wall, it's a reflection of who we are together." Kira, who had once been hesitant about the project, stepped forward, her demeanor transformed. "I thought borders were necessary," she said, her voice steady. "But now I see that unity can create something far more powerful. This mural is a new beginning for us." The crowd murmured in agreement, and Alex felt a warmth envelop him. He had come to this marketplace as a simple road painter, but now he felt like a catalyst for change. The lines he had drawn no longer represented division, they had become lines of connection. "Let's celebrate," shouted Thas, his face beaming with joy. "This mural deserves a feast." As the idea spread, the aliens began to bustle around, gathering food and setting up makeshift tables beneath the marketplace awning. The aroma of exotic dishes filled the air, mingling with the fresh scent of rain-soaked earth. Alex watched as each species contributed their unique culinary delights, turning the gathering into a vibrant feast that reflected their diverse backgrounds. During the celebration, laughter and stories flowed freely. The aliens shared their histories, their hopes for the future, and how they had once seen borders as barriers. Alex listened intently, feeling the bond between them strengthening. Each story added another layer to the mural's meaning, transforming it from a collection of individual experiences into a tapestry of unity. "Hey, if you're enjoying this story, don't forget to leave a like," Alex encouraged, his smile contagious. "It really helps to spread the message of unity we've created here." As the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting a warm glow over the gathering, Alex felt an overwhelming sense of fulfillment. He realized that the mural had become a living entity, a reminder of the power of collaboration and understanding. The storm that had threatened to tear them apart had instead brought them closer together, solidifying their connections. "Let's take a moment to appreciate what we've built," Alex suggested, raising his glass of alien juice high. "To unity. To new beginnings." "To unity," the crowd echoed, their voices rising in a harmonious chorus. Glasses clinked, and the sound resonated with joy and hope. As the night wore on, Alex found himself reflecting on the journey that had led him here. He recalled the confused faces of the aliens when he first arrived, unsure of what borders meant or how they affected their lives. He remembered the resistance he had faced and the conversations that had opened their minds and hearts. Each moment was a piece of a larger puzzle that had come together to form a stunning picture of unity. "Alex," a gentle voice broke through his reverie. It was Nova, a young alien who had been among the most skeptical at first. "I never thought I'd feel this way about borders. You've changed my perspective." "Thank you." Touched by her words, Alex replied, "It's all of us who have changed. We've shown that it's not our differences that define us but our ability to come together." As the celebration continued, Alex felt a deep sense of gratitude. He had not only painted a mural, he had helped create a new reality for these aliens. It was a reality where borders no longer divided them but instead became lines of connection, where differences were celebrated and understood rather than feared. As the first stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Alex gathered everyone's attention. "Thank you all for believing in this vision," he said, his voice steady. "We've created something beautiful together, and I hope it inspires you to continue building bridges, not walls." The aliens erupted into cheers, their voices echoing like a melody through the night. In that moment, Alex realized that he had found a home among them. This marketplace, once foreign and strange, had become a place of belonging. As the festivities began to wind down, Alex took one last look at the mural, its colors glowing vibrantly against the backdrop of the night. He knew that the impact of their work would extend far beyond this moment. It would inspire future generations to see beyond borders and embrace the beauty of unity. "Comment what your favorite moment was and turn on notifications," he called out, feeling the excitement of the crowd. Their laughter filled the air, and he couldn't help but feel that this was just the beginning of something extraordinary. With a heart full of hope and a spirit buoyed by camaraderie, Alex knew that he had not just marked a line, he had helped erase the borders that had once defined them. Together, they had painted a new future, one where love, understanding, and connection would always triumph over division.